Ladies and gentlemen, please be standing for the class of 2025. Please be seated. Ms. Charmaine Young, Principal of High School, would like to say a few words of welcome.
Good evening. On behalf of the administration, faculty and staff of the International School of the Sacred Heart, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Sister Tanase, Sister Uno, graduates, your family and friends, faculty and staff, as we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2025. As you stand poised for university, I recall Mother Janet Erskine Stewart's wisdom. We must remember that it is better to begin a great work than to finish a small one. Graduates, you have finished a significant small work here. You are well prepared academically and have been shaped with Sacred Heart values as your foundation. Now, your university journey isn't just another phase. It's the start of a great work. Parents, you've nurtured and supported your daughters. Tonight, you witness the culmination of one chapter and the commencement of an exciting new one. Their great work now involves delving into passions, discovering new interests, and shaping the incredible individuals they're destined to become. There's so much ahead for all of you. The possibilities are truly endless. Embrace challenges, seek new knowledge, and never lose sight of your unique gifts. Never forget what Sacred Heart taught you. Remember Mother Stewart's words as you step into this grand new chapter and begin your great work. On this much anticipated evening, I want to take a moment to say a prayer for the class of 2025. Lord, direct and guide the lives of our graduates, that their light, strong and bright, will always shine, and that in your care and under your wings they will be faithful, strong, and constant. Amen. Now, please join me in welcoming the President of the Executive Student Council, Ms. Sarah Tomlinson, who will make the President's speech.
Good evening, and welcome to the graduation of the International School of the Sacred Heart 2025. I am delighted to welcome parents, family members, friends, faculty and staff, alumni, fellow students, and those watching the live stream. It is because all of you here that we, my friends, the graduating class of 2025, proudly stand here today, as you make this occasion all the more meaningful. My name is Sarah Tomlinson, the Executive Student Council President, and I am honored to be standing here on behalf of our class. Thank you all for being here tonight. We appreciate you and we love you. Class of 2025, I want you to picture this. You are 5 years old. It's summer, about 5 p.m. The sunlight filters through the trees, golden and hazy. You can hear the laughter around you, smell the freshly cut grass, see the vibrant colors of the world you lived in like it was endless. You're wearing your favorite outfit, the color you loved most back then, and that same smile you have on today. And then you ask your parents if you could play for just 5 more minutes. You are 8 years old. You're sitting in front of your TV, sunk into the sofa, watching your favorite show or movie. You don't move a muscle, afraid your parents might remember it's bedtime if you make a sound. So you plead in your head, just 5 more minutes. That feeling, that quiet, desperate wish to freeze a simple, beautiful moment is something we've all known growing up. And in a way, that's exactly what tonight is. A silent, collective wish for just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes with the friends whose laugh you started to share, who understood your jokes without needing an explanation. 5 more minutes celebrating with our teammates and being as one as we make music with our talented choir and orchestra friends. 5 more minutes with the teachers who taught us more than the curriculum, who saw us as people. And 5 more minutes with our parents and family, whose homes might feel just a little emptier when we leave. We've always tried to hold on to time. And now, looking back, I think we're all grateful we begged for those extra 5 minutes, because what wouldn't we give to be those younger versions of ourselves again? We might even blame those younger selves a little for sometimes rushing to grow up, for not knowing the value of the present. But the truth is, we're in that moment now. Right now is the time we'll look back on in 20 years and wonder about. We'll look at the photos we might take tonight, maybe with people we haven't even met yet, new friends or partners we'll show them to one day. And as we say our classmates' names out loud and reminisce, we'll remember the little things about them, their smiles, their personalities, and the way they made us feel. We'll look at our parents and siblings in the photos and see them smiling with us, missing what it used to be like when it was always just us as a family. We'll wish again for just 5 more minutes back here. As we let go of high school today and celebrate the journey of growing up, I hope you look ahead to a life full of moments worth wishing for more time in, because one day they will only live in a memory you wish you could relive. So remember, the present is always exactly where you need to be. There's this idea and this pressure that we should always be somewhere else, doing something more or doing something better. But that idea can leave us feeling out of place and disconnected and alone. Instead, I hope you learn to live right here, to let each moment find you and to meet it with open arms, whatever that means for you. Live fully and love fiercely, and take every opportunity you're given, not just for yourselves, but for the millions of girls around the world who don't have the same freedoms, who are stuck in war zones, facing injustice, or fighting to be heard. Never forget where we came from, our school, our community, our roots and culture. Remember what it means to be a woman, and what kind of person you want to grow into. Sacred Heart has taught us to speak up, to make our own choices, and to claim space. But from here on out, it's up to us to decide how we live, how we show up, and how we lead. And while we prepare to take that step forward, we'd be remiss not to pause and express our gratitude to our family and friends who helped us get here, because none of this would have been possible without the people who shaped us and stood by us along the way. To our parents and family who have raised us, thank you so much for everything, for pushing us to be our best, for sacrificing so much of your time and energy just to help us become the people we are today. Thank you for giving us the best parts of yourselves to carry forward. Thank you also for growing older with us. We recognize that you are also having your first go at life and are grateful for having us be a big part of it. We may never live together quite the same way again, but it is such a privilege to have you as our family, navigating the challenges and joys of parenthood, just as we navigated childhood alongside you. We love you. To our friends we made through our lives, in kindergarten, middle school, high school, in other countries and at other schools, thank you. Thank you for sharing your life with us, for bringing joy, humor, and light when we needed it most, and being there for us at our lowest. We had such a fun journey growing up with you all. Thank you for sticking around through our awkward phases and questionable fashion choices as well, and the haircuts. Mine especially was a bold stylistic choice, so seriously, thank you. After every hangout, FaceTime, or simply seeing you laugh, it's hard to ignore the warmth and gratitude we feel when we see you, being you. It's a feeling of deep appreciation that you're a part of our lives, and though it might be corny to say in the moment, we love you. I felt this feeling yesterday to each of my friends after we had our last after-school feast at the cafe, at the top of the hill, and it was especially overwhelming because of graduation today. I love you guys so much. Words can't even describe it. Although this ceremony marks the end of our school days, we're so excited to see how we all change and grow together, knowing that no matter who we become, we will always stick by each other. You are the family we got to choose, so thank you for showing us the beauty and importance of true friendships, and for letting us be part of your story, just as you've become part of ours. How lucky we all are to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Class of 2025, I want you to know I thought of every single one of you while writing this speech. And the fairest way I could think to represent us was to honor the little versions of ourselves, the ones who still live inside us. As our class walks off the stage, marking the end of this graduation, I hope you find yourself listening to the lyrics of the song that will play as we leave this hall. It's the song that I wrote. It reminds our younger selves through the eyes of our families. And it's a reminder to never forget who you are at your truest. So the next time you feel that spark, that thrill when you do something you love, when you sing your favorite song or watch your favorite movie, remember her. Let her live on loudly. Don't forget who you are, even as you become someone new. And if you ever struggle to believe in yourself, do it for her. The people who showed up for us today, who love us just as we are, do it for them too. They'll carry you through the moments when you can't carry yourself. We are made up of all of them, whether we realize it or not. What an honor to reflect the people who raised us, taught us, and shared their lives with us. That's what it means to be human, and that's what it means to be loved. And I hope the new people who come into your lives enjoy growing old with you, just as much as I've enjoyed growing up with you all through every unforgettable moment. And may those new people and the ones who've stood beside us all along always wish for just a little more time with the incredible changing person you are. I know I do. I hope everyone here tonight enjoys the rest of this special evening as we celebrate our class of 2025. These girls behind me are the strongest, smartest, most hardworking and inspiring group of girls I have ever known. And as many teachers have said, we are a group with many strong personalities, a quality to be proud of and hold on to as we move forward. Let's make the most of the final night we have with all of us together. So, parents, if your kids ask you for just 5 more minutes with their friends tonight, maybe let them have it. Thank you.
We will now hear the Chamber Strings, who will be performing Conte Partiro by Francesco Sartori. Following Chamber Strings, we will have the Chamber Ensemble, who will perform Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Both will be conducted by Miss Bay.
It gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce the commencement speaker for this evening. Tonight, we welcome Ms. Jane Aiko Yamano. Jane is the president of education and principal of Yamano College of Aesthetics, Yamano Beauty College, and Yamano Japanese School. Jane has been an integral part of the ISSH Kimono Photo Booth fundraising efforts for over 25 years, ever since her nephews attended ISSH. She has thoroughly enjoyed participating during the 6 years her daughter Mia, a graduate of the class of 2025, was here and eagerly anticipates continuing to share the beauty and culture of this art form in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Yamano.
Good evening, and congratulations to the class of 2025. Congratulations. I'm honored to be here this evening as we celebrate the graduation of our daughters. Thank you, Sister Wachter, Ms. Young, and all those that thought of inviting me to speak and address the graduates this evening. This year's theme is so beautiful and important. Live a loving life. We have all felt this through ISSH's community and family over many, many years. This resonates with what my grandmother Aiko has taught me many, many years ago. It helps guide me through happy times and challenging times, and has something to do with the kimono I'm wearing right now. This podium's in the way. It's a picture of Mount Fuji. Life is like a journey climbing Mount Fuji. And on this amazing journey called life, we should not aim for the top, but for the 8th station of Mount Fuji. Who has climbed Mount Fuji before? Have we climbed Mount Fuji before? Okay, there's 10 stations, so we're aiming for the 8th, correct? Is there 8 stations? There's 10 stations. I have yet to do that. The message is to always leave room for learning and growing during our lifetime. Sounds familiar? On this particular journey, we all began right here from the International School of the Sacred Heart in Japan. During this journey, some of you will stay in Japan and some of you will leave. But I am certain Japan will always have a special place in all of our hearts, as this is where you graduated high school with so many memories. As you aim for the 8th station, remember, through this journey, believe in yourselves. As you walk, sometimes hand in hand with your family, dear friends, and the new friends that you will make as you listen to each other and communicate well. Sometimes you will need to push and help each other forward and encourage them to maybe even be more successful than you. Sometimes you will need to reach back towards the path behind you to help others with empathy and be the inspiration to move forward. Sometimes you will need to reach to those ahead of you and have the courage to ask for help and learn new ways to make your way. Live a loving life, aiming for that 8th station of Mount Fuji as you grow. Know that you have people who care and that you are never alone, no matter the physical distance. Please look around now. To your left, to your right, in front of you, you have friends, teachers, and families. Please look to your left and to your right, in front of you, behind you, everyone, mothers, parents. Okay, we're all here for you. And look out, way out there. You've got so many people that are always here for you. Believe in yourself and enjoy each day some way as you help others. And last but not least, smile. Okay, everybody, this is your chance. Smile. I know, I'm a little bossy since the other day, huh? Okay. Smile, because when you smile, you're more approachable. And even your hormone balances change. Think of the times that you love and that make you laugh. My acronym for SMILE is S. Smart decisions and smile. Okay, girls, have fun in your next journey, but don't go too crazy because all of us will be worried, okay? M is for manners. Always, always say hello first and thank you. And I need to let the mothers and fathers and parents know that the other day when I had the pleasure of having most of all these girls at our school, after the kimono dressing, they all came up to our students and myself as well and thanked us, really, from the bottom of their hearts. And that was really special. I is for impressions and inspire. And I think you can each handle that very well. L is for love. And do anything and everything wholeheartedly. Study, work, and play. Do your best with passion in your heart and find some ways to help each other and society, as you all have been doing during your years here at the school. And personally, I would like to ask, as I asked you the other evening, please share the Japanese culture. As you leave, wear a kimono, okay? I think I made a deal with some of you. And finally, E, enjoy. We don't know how long or short our lives will be. Live with no regrets and use your happy switch to change your mood when you're not, so that you can make good decisions. Call or text family. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, and know that you can do this. Enjoy the journey and persevere through any changing times as you live a loving life. Let's give a big congratulations and thank you to first all the parents and family and friends here today. Yay! Next, thank you to all the teachers and staff of ISSH for your patience, kindness, and providing an amazing supportive education for our daughters. Thank you very much. And to the graduates of the class of 2025, congratulations, omedetou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. どうもありがとうございました。
We will now hear the high school choir, conducted by Miss Horn, performing Slipping Through My Fingers by ABBA.
I
The president of the class of 2025, Ms. Sarah Shimada, will now make her farewell speech.
We're asked as children what we want to be when we grow up. Some say doctors, others athletes. Some want to become artists, while others scientists. I, not understanding what I was asked to do, drew a scarecrow that my teacher interpreted as a yoga teacher. But tonight, on the day where it feels as though this future of ours is about to begin, I want us to take a moment to reflect on who we are in this moment. Good evening. My name is Sarah Shimada, and I am honored to stand here as the president of the graduating class of 2025. Standing here today, I am grateful to be surrounded by people who answer this very question of who I am. This exact combination of people that you see on stage tonight, this exact combination of personalities, backgrounds, and talents is what has brought us all here. Let me demonstrate this concept a little further. Each year, the senior class folds 1,000 paper cranes and holds a ceremony at the Children's Peace Monument in Hiroshima. This tradition, rooted in Japanese culture, is symbolic of reflection and compassion and allows the seniors to leave Sacred Heart with a greater understanding of their responsibility in promoting peace and a global understanding. When threading each of these individual cranes onto the strings, I found that the strings, or the paper cranes, show our unique personalities. While some were folded with crisp accuracy and pointed beaks, some had crooked beaks with uneven wings. Some of our classmates requested specific colors to fold. Some folded their cranes in a different technique, and some cranes looked like dinosaurs. Therefore, when bundled together, 1,000 of these cranes, folded by the 43 seniors of our graduating class, created a unique bundle that no other grade will ever be able to replicate. If we were missing even one of our seniors today, the crane bundle would have been different. Similarly, if we had an additional crane, again, the crane bundle would have been different. My point is, the bundle that was created and presented at the monument was symbolic of this exact group of people. To apply this to our high school experience as a whole, it is through these exact people that you see on stage tonight that made the memories that we look back on possible. If we weren't sitting with the people that we sat with in our classes, the inside jokes that would have been made, the different ideas and knowledge that we would have come across, the discussions that we would have had may have differed. How fortunate are we to have gone through this exact experience that we will look back on and be able to call our high school life. 3 years ago, I would have said my life was ending. Fortunate would have been the last word that I would have described what I was feeling. I moved to Japan and joined the Sacred Heart community in the 10th grade. Before then, I was at an American public high school in Rochester, Michigan. The first time I heard I was moving away from my home of 15 years was that I resisted to the point where I offered to raise myself up for adoption. I am very, very, very thankful to say that this was highly unsuccessful. Yet, I wonder what my life would have been like if I had never attended Sacred Heart. Would I have thrived? Taken more steps out of my comfort zone? Would I have met more people, learned more things, found new passions? Perhaps, perhaps not, I don't know. However, what I do know is that at Sacred Heart, I was able to step out of my comfort zone. I did meet new people, I did learn new things, and did find new passions. And I'm positive that my peers today can say the same. I want to thank Sacred Heart for creating aspects of us that we can be proud of. aspects of us that couldn't have been possible if we hadn't experienced the exact things that we did at Sacred Heart. Part of us that we celebrate tonight. Thank you to the teachers and faculty here tonight at Sacred Heart for creating a space where we felt comfortable asking questions, making mistakes, and being unapologetically us. You taught us not just concepts or ideas, but also how to think, how to be resilient, how to care, and how to grow. Thank you for seeing potential when we couldn't see it ourselves. Thank you also to the student body, both our upperclassmen and our underclassmen, for building us in ways that you will never know. You taught us the value of community, of love, and of support. And it is because of this that we will leave Sacred Heart with all of these values. And this is why tonight is special. The class of 2025 will carry with them the impact of such specific people, from our teachers, our upperclassmen and underclassmen, and most of all, each other. The time we have spent here at Sacred Heart is one that cannot be replicated. Sacred Heart has taught me that at this moment, we are a combination of talented artists, academics, performers, leaders, and advocates. And not just any athlete or leader or artist, but the exact ones that you see on stage tonight. We are also a combination of our actions and decisions that have led us here. Tonight, we have here a combination of people that we will never see all in one place again. But the specific memories we made at Sacred Heart because of these people makes it one that we will treasure for the rest of our lives. Now, what we do with such experience in the future depends on us. We can become doctors, athletes, artists, scientists, or even yoga teachers. It just depends on the people who will continue to add to our identities. It depends on a lot of unpredictable factors that I won't even attempt to predict tonight. But when this unpredictability scares you, like I know it is for many of us here right now, I hope that you know that the happiness you learned with your friends, the knowledge you gained from your teachers, the love you felt from your family, the values you've embodied, the lessons that you've learned by attending Sacred Heart is what makes you, you. And I know that I have the people here tonight to thank for that. Thank you.
We will now hear the vocal ensemble, directed by Ms. Horn, performing Spes by Mia Makarov.
Quistavis ut sapiens est, et quis coniovis solutionem quistavis sapiens est, quis coniovis solutionem quis coniovis solutionem.
next speaker is Sister Ann Wachter, Head of School, who has a message for the graduates.
Oh, good evening, and a warm welcome to our families, to Sister Tanase, Sister Uno, to all of my other sisters who are here, our former teachers who have joined us, and many friends. On behalf of our graduates and my colleagues, I thank you for joining us for this special occasion. Dear graduates, in preparing for your ceremony, I reflected on my own graduation from Sacred Heart. It was on May 30th. It was also a Friday night. Isn't that amazing? It was also 45 years ago. And do you know, this afternoon I found a little necklace that was given to me, and it says 5/30/80 on it. It was given to me for graduation from Duchesne Academy. And I love my school. And at that place, I was known and loved, just like you. I was not a model academic, nor a perfectly well-behaved student. Having 3 older siblings, 2 younger siblings, and our share of family dysfunction to contend with gave me the chance to develop grit as I absorbed the deeper messages and lessons of life from my teachers, principal, family, classmates, and teammates. I played on a lot of teams. The deeper messages and lessons were catapulted to the fore when 24 years ago, I was in my 2nd year as the head of Convent of the Sacred Heart in San Francisco. 9/11 happened. Your parents and grandparents would remember that day. The world was suddenly and starkly in a new state of uncertainty. On September 11th, everything came to a halt. The next day, we were scheduled to have our curriculum information night for our parents. Would it go forward as planned? Everybody was asking questions. I took a deep breath, a moment of silence, consulted with the 2 deans, listened to the Spirit, and made a decision that drew on all that Sacred Heart taught me in high school. It was crystal clear. In moments of crisis, we come together and face the uncertainty with courage and confidence, knowing that the rock bed of our decisions will be our goals and criteria. The 5 goals that we hold here at the International School of the Sacred Heart in Tokyo are the same goals that we held dear in my high school in Omaha, Nebraska. In all of our Sacred Heart institutions around the world, our mission is the same: to discover and make known God's love, to engage one's heart relationally with the Spirit, to develop the intellect, to actively address crying needs, to build community even when it's difficult, and to keep growing personally. So on September 12th, the parents gathered at school in San Francisco. I stood up and reminded them, we know who we are and we know what matters to us. And I watched the shoulders of high-powered executives relax. Silicon Valley entrepreneurs took a deep breath. We weren't lost. We have focus, direction, and we need to redouble our efforts to live our goals, our trusted compass. Today, our world order is upset again. Changes in global power structures and massive human suffering are rocking our world. It is almost impossible to anticipate or predict. Typical economic signposts are not necessarily reliable. And at this strange, unique moment, it is not enough to be smart. We must seek to be wise. It is not enough to be successful by the world's standards. We seek to be significant in what we can do for others in our world. We can't just talk about the injustices of war, powerless in the face of artificial intelligence. No. As children of the Sacred Heart, we are called to be people of hope and action. We have a compass inside of us that steadies us. That compass tells us to discover and make known God's love, to engage our hearts relationally with the Spirit that is within and beyond us, to develop our intellectual ability to think critically, to actively reach out to those in need, locally and globally, to build up our human community everywhere we go, even in the Family Mart, and to continue growing personally, curiously, and as persons of hope in our blessed and broken world. The way we conduct our lives, the ways we reflect or pray daily or weekly, this is where wisdom grows. This is the way we find significance along the paths of our lives. When things go wrong, and they will go wrong, remember, you know what matters. We are not perfect, we are human. Natural disasters and very regrettable, devastating man-made suffering happens. Humans are still evolving. To live a loving life is to have the courage and the confidence to reflect upon and make choices consistent with your interior compass. As I quoted during your day of reflection on Wednesday, when you received your medal of our founder, Sophie Berra, who is now 100 years a saint, she said, "For each one of you, there is some particular purpose in life that you are called to. There is something that will remain undone unless you do it." And I'll repeat again, I said this twice on Wednesday, but I'll repeat it for a third time, something that Madeleine Sophie Berra said 200 years ago. Today, she said this, today, more than ever, people need to become interior souls, to learn to be the authors of their own lives, with a personal core that sustains and unifies them as valuable, unique, unrepeatable beings. Pretty amazing. 200 years ago and 200 years later, those words still ring so true. So for each of you, I pray that throughout your lives, you will continually grow into the person you are meant to be, knowing in the core of your soul that you are and will always be a child of the Sacred Heart. Knowing that in the challenging moments, you are not lost. At those times, we need to have courage and confidence as we redouble our efforts to live the values and goals that shape us in these formative years. Once a child of the Sacred Heart, always a child of the Sacred Heart. I am proud of you and I love you. Be sure to stay in touch and come home to the heart often. Congratulations, class of 2025. Go forth to live a loving life. Thank you.
Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the administration and faculty, may I now present to you the graduates of 2025. Congratulations.
For the next part of our presentation, we'd like to focus a little bit more in particular of a particular emotion that we had in our video. That is, our gratitude.
We'd like to take this time to formally thank those who were next to us throughout every moment of our journey, our families.
Each individual from the class of 2025 has prepared flowers and letters to give back to their families for every emotion that they have supported us through up until this point.
Thank you for being there for us when we're sad and reminding us that you will always be there.
Whether it be a low test grade, falling out with friends, or just having a bad day, thank you for your hugs and words of encouragement.
Thank you for reminding us that sadness is temporary and a necessary part of life, what will make us stronger.
Thank you for easing our nerves when we're anxious and being a constant pillar of support.
You are the people that understand how much an important test, a performance, or sports games mean to us, and also how much it can make us nervous.
Thank you for all your encouragement that inspire us to chase our passions and give our very best.
Thank you for celebrating our achievements and sharing our joy throughout our high school years.
Recognizing our efforts and triumphs meant a lot to us. You were our #1 cheerleaders.
Thank you for motivating us to persevere through life's challenges and making sure that we are proud of ourselves for every accomplishment.
It's fair to say that each one of us in this room are feeling happy that we're graduating, anxious for what's to come, or sad to see our friends go.
And we'll continue to feel all these feelings moving forward, wherever life may take us.
But for now, thank you for sharing these emotions with us tonight.
So to the class of 2025, we did it!
I know a place, a memory not far. A flames of the past down on the road, searching a while. Have you realized? Here she stumbled by, little darling, shows you